1. Pakistan are eyeing a clean sweep against Afghanistan as the two sides gear up for their third one-day international (ODI) in Colombo today. On Thursday, number 10 batsman Naseem Shah hit a boundary off the penultimate delivery to give Pakistan a dramatic one-wicket win over a luckless Afghanistan in the second ODI at Hambantota. The Green Shirts have shown dominance in the three-match ODI series by winning the first two games. Touchdown Colombo. The Pakistan Cricket Board (PCB) wrote on X messaging platform, sharing a video of the side's arrival for the third ODI. The boys have arrived for the final match of the series. Pakistan's victory over Afghanistan on Thursday brought back to memory their last year's win in similar fashion against Afghanistan at the Asia Cup 2022. It was Farooqi who was bowling to Shah in the last over of the match. Pakistan needed 11 runs and had 2 wickets in hand before Shah slapped Farooqi for 2 sixes in the last over, ensuring Pakistan won by 2 wickets. The Green Shirts have so far been undefeated against Afghanistan in the 50-over format. 2. British-Pakistani girl, 16, sets record by passing 34 subjects in GCSE exam. Manor Chima, a 16-year-old British-Pakistani girl, has set a new record by passing 34 subjects at the General Certificate of Secondary Education (GCSE) level in the United Kingdom (UK). It emerged on Friday. This is the highest number of subjects ever taken by a student in the history of the UK and European Union (EU) GCSEs. The 16-year-old cleared 17 subjects with A* grade as a private candidate in Year 10, while on Thursday, she added another 17 to the list, setting a new record. I have done 34 subjects on GCSE level and I have secured A* in all those subjects. I am the first student to have secured such an achievement, Chima told Pakistani journalist Murtaza Ali Shah in an interview. I have done 6 languages and such a record never existed in the world before. Chima's father, Barrister Usman Chima, and mother, Tayyaba Chima, hail from the eastern Pakistani city of Lahore. The couple moved to the UK in 2006 in order to pursue further education at Lincoln's Inn and SOAS, respectively. Chima, who studied at the Langley Grammar School in West London, said she had decided to attempt the GCSE exam in around 50 subjects. I had planned from the start that I have to do a lot of subjects. I had planned to do around 50. But unfortunately the British education system did not cooperate with me despite multiple requests, and I had to drop several subjects, she said. Last year, I cleared 17 subjects and this year too I cleared 17, 10 via school and 7 privately. Chima's mother, Tayyaba, said ever since her daughter entered the 9th year, she wanted to do something for humanity, and was passionate about medicine. When she entered the 9th grade, she said, I want to do something for humanity, Tayyaba said of her daughter. She was passionate about medicine, chose the subjects herself. While studying one subject, she chose the rest along with it. In 2021, Chima undertook an IQ test by Mensa, the largest and oldest high IQ society in the world, in which she scored 161, ahead of renowned scientist Albert Einstein, who is said to have an IQ of 160. Einstein's IQ was rumored to be 160, mine was 161 in Mensa test. I have a lot of interest in medicine, not just to further career for myself but to do something for humanity, the 16-year-old said. I always had this idea since I was young to leave a mark on the world and my parents have always supported me in this endeavor. Chima said she was an Oxford University aspirant and was hopeful of going to the prestigious institute in the next 2 years. 3. Pakistan win toss, bat against Afghanistan in third ODI. Pakistan skipper Babar Azam won the toss and decided to bat in the third and final one-day international against Afghanistan in Colombo on Saturday. Pakistan has already won the 3-match series by winning the first match by 142 runs and the second by 1 wicket, both in Hambantota. A 3-0 win would push them above Australia to number 1 in the ODI rankings. Their unassailable position prompted Pakistan to make 4 changes from the second match, bringing in Mohammad Nawaz, Fahim Ashraf, Mohammad Wasim and Saud Shakil. Haris Rauf, Naseem Shah, Usama Mir and Iftikhar Ahmed are left out. Afghanistan made 2 changes, replacing Ikram Alakil and Abdul Rahman with Gulbadan Naib and Farid Ahmad Malik. Teams. Pakistan. Babar Azam, Captain, Shadab Khan, Muhammad Rizwan, Fakhar Zaman, Imam al-Haq, Agha Salman, Saud Shakil, Muhammad Nawaz, Fahim Ashraf, Muhammad Wasim, Shaheen Shah Afridi. Afghanistan. Hashmatullah Shahidi Captain Ramanullah Gurbaz, Gulbadan Naib, Ibrahim Zadran, Riaz Hassan, Muhammad Nabi, Shahidullah Kamal, Rashid Khan, Mujib-ur Rahman, Fazl Haq Faruqi, Farid Ahmad Malik. 4. Pakistan appreciates Denmark's proposed legislation to ban Quran burnings, Caretaker FM. Pakistan appreciates the Danish government's decision to prohibit the burning of copies of the Holy Quran, the caretaker Pakistani foreign minister said on Saturday, as the Nordic country attempts to reduce tensions with the Muslim world. Denmark and Sweden have seen a string of protests in recent weeks where copies of the Quran have been burned, or otherwise damaged, prompting outrage in Muslim countries which have demanded the Nordic governments put a stop to the burnings. Pakistan's caretaker foreign minister, Jalil Abbas Jilani, said he discussed the matter over the phone with his Danish counterpart, Lars Løkke Rasmussen, describing the exchange as welcoming. Pakistan appreciates the Danish government's proposed legislation to criminalize improper treatment of religious texts and objects of significant importance, including the Holy Quran, Jilani said on messaging platform, X. Jilani said the Danish foreign minister reiterated his government's strong commitment to respecting these religious sensitivities. Looking forward to working closely with him to advance our common interests, he added. On Friday, Denmark's Justice Minister Peter Hummelgaard announced the Nordic country would propose a legislation that prohibited inappropriate handling of objects with essential religious significance for a religious community. The move would make it punishable to burn a Quran, Bible or Torah, he told a news conference. The announcement came days after Denmark lifted heightened border controls it had imposed earlier due to increased security concerns arising from a series of the Quran burning incidents. The Nordic country had lately issued a statement that it was mulling banning Quran burning protests and gatherings. 5. Pakistan election regulator promises fair polls, equal opportunities, for all parties. Pakistan's election regulator has promised to hold free and fair elections in the country and to provide equal opportunities to all political parties, amid concerns by former Prime Minister Imran Khan's party that has been facing a crackdown by the authorities. The statement by the Election Commission of Pakistan came a day after Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf (PTI) party urged the regulator to ensure the release of its members and allow it to hold rallies in the country. The PTI has been facing a crackdown since May, when Khan's supporters attacked military and government installations in violent clashes following his brief arrest in a graft case. The ex-premier was again arrested this month after a Pakistani court sentenced him to 3 years in prison for illegally selling state gifts, and remains in high-security Attock prison. On Friday, Chief Election Commissioner Sikandar Sultan Raja met with representatives of ex-Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz PMLN party, which led the last coalition government whose term ended earlier this month. The Chief Election Commissioner assured the delegation that the elections will be transparent and impartial and equal opportunities will be given to all parties, the ECP said in a statement. Strict legal action will be ensured for violation of the Code of Conduct, and for this purpose, the monitoring wing has been further strengthened. As per the Constitution, general elections in Pakistan must be held within 90 days of the National Assembly's dissolution, meaning they would be due in November since Parliament was dissolved on August 9. However, the outgoing Sharif government's decision to approve the results of the 2023 digital census before it dissolved the assembly means the election regulator is now constitutionally bound to redraw hundreds of constituencies under the new population figures and set an election date after the process is completed. The ECP has said it will be able to delimit federal and provincial constituencies by December 14, which puts off elections until at least February. Providing the census result to the Election Commission means that the Constitution binds it to hold delimitation as per the latest notified census results, PMLN's Hassan Iqbal told reporters after meeting ECP officials in Islamabad. This was a consensus decision of the outgoing government. The process of redrawing of constituencies should be completed as per the Constitution to ensure elections are held as early as possible. Former Law Minister Azam Nazir Tarar, another senior PMLN leader, said the process of delimitation could be completed before December 14 and then, as per the Elections Act, the ECP would give 54 days to political parties for campaigning. Iqbal also said they had urged the regulator to ensure the registration of women voters and ensure their full participation in the electoral process. The party had also asked the ECP to start fresh voter registration and complete it simultaneously with the delimitation of constituencies by December 14, he added. 6. India expands curbs on rice exports with 20% duty on parboiled grade. India has imposed a 20% duty on exports of parboiled rice with immediate effect, a move that could further reduce shipments from the world's largest exporter and lift global rice prices, which are already trading near their highest levels in 12 years. Last month, India surprised buyers by imposing a ban on exports of widely consumed non-basmati white rice, following a ban on broken rice exports last year. The ban prompted some buyers to increase purchases of parboiled rice and lifted its prices to record highs, said a Mumbai-based dealer with a global trade house. With this duty, Indian parboiled rice would become as expensive as supplies from Thailand and Pakistan. There is hardly any option for buyers now, the dealer said. India exported 7.4 million tons of parboiled rice in 2022. In July, the United Nations Food Agency's rice price index jumped to its highest level in nearly 12 years as prices in key exporting countries jumped on strong demand after India imposed restrictions on the exports. India accounts for more than 40% of world rice exports, and low inventories with other exporters mean any cut in shipments could inflate food prices already driven up by Russia's invasion of Ukraine last year and by erratic weather. India has now imposed restrictions on all kinds of non-basmati rice, which poor consumers in Africa and Asia usually prefer, said a New Delhi-based dealer with a global trade house. Global rice prices had begun to moderate in the last few days after rallying more than 25% due to India's restrictions last month. However, prices are expected to rise again, the dealer said. The recent curbs on exports of food commodities demonstrate the sensitivity of the government of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to food inflation ahead of a general election nearly next year. His administration has extended a ban on wheat exports after curbing rice shipments in September 2022. It also capped sugar exports this year as cane yields dropped.